Yes, yes, yes. किसी ने ध्यान से नहीं सुना?
आई थिंक सर कुछ कंफ्यूजन था फ्रीक्वेंसी और वोल्टेज में व्हेन ही
नहीं,
वाज एक्सप्लेनिंग।
ऐसा कुछ नहीं था। गगनदीप को तो पता ही नहीं, क्योंकि उसने तो डीवीडी नहीं करा हुआ. All of you have, others have, done DVD, so you would know. You should know. Gagandeep will clarify this in the next semester. What about you guys? You guys have to face interviews in the next semester. What will you do? So what Gagandeep said was that when circuit is not in use, or when the chip is not in use, then we would do DVFS. See, when the chip is not in use or when the memory is not in use, we will go to standby modes. Then, because he had already assumed that circuit is not in use, he said that the memory will not be able to retain data, that the retention problem will exist. Now, the reality is that retention is only in the standby modes, whereas DVFS is for active mode of operation. In DVFS, you are using the memory, albeit at a much lower frequency. So it is not about retention failures that can happen inside the memory. It is about SNM failures and write failures that can happen when you access the memory at low voltages. Are you able to see this, Gagandeep?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it is not about standby. It is about active mode, but lesser load, lesser requirement from the processor. Hmm? Others, is this clear? Are you able to realize where Gagandeep got it wrong? A little bit, but in an
Yes.
interview, this is a major, major difference. In an interview, this would kind of pull down your interview completely. मतलब अगर मस्ती करने वाला इंटरव्यू हुआ तो उसके बाद आपको पकड़ लेगा, वो छोड़ेगा नहीं. ठीक है. So, okay, we talked about these different kinds of sense amplifiers. Then we also saw another sense amplifier where this capacitive coupling was enabled through the gate of a device. So what is the benefit of that one, and why is it not used also? Like, what are the benefits and what are the demerits of that one?
So the demerit was that specifically the gate coupled sense amplifier will display show some kind of a stacking effect due to the three NMOSes together in series. So that would actually lead to leakages and all. So it is not used when low
लीकेज, स्टैकिंग से लीकेज होती है, लीकेज खत्म होती है.
क्या
स्टैकिंग से लीकेज बढ़ती है या कम होती है?
सर आई मीन उसके बाद फिर इंडिपेंडेंट उस पे भी डिपेंड करते हैं ना, इनपुट आपका कैसे आ रहा है उस पे स्टैक्स पे.
बट इफ यू हैव अ स्टैक, विल यू हैव मोर लीकेज और लेस लीकेज? लेस लीकेज. सो स्वप्निल, बी केयरफुल.
आई मीन
आज मैं एक एक वर्ड पकड़ रहा हूँ. आई एम इन अ डिफरेंट मोड.
ठीक है. Okay, I'll be careful. I mean we didn't, so specifically we didn't use it due to ना at low voltage operations, so that signal आपका loss हो जाएगा उसपे otherwise.
Yes, at low voltages, the gate overdrive will reduce. So it is not leakage. Leakage is actually reduced, but the gate overdrive will reduce, so the delays will increase significantly.
Yes sir, sorry.
So, but what is the merit of it? Why did I show it to you in the first place? नहीं दिखा था अगर इतना ही बेकार था तो. वो हमने डिस्कस नहीं करा, लेकिन आप सोच तो सकते हो.
Sir, you were overcoming the challenge faced while fabricating the capacitance over the chip. I mean, capacitance is tough to fabricate. I mean, or is it a MOS capacitance?
No, we said that we would use a metal capacitance, but metal and metal capacitance either requires an additional process step or will take more area. Therefore, that gate coupled sense amplifier is still very useful and is used across the industry for high voltage operations. When you need to go to low voltage, that is where it kind of starts to become tricky. The delay increases. But if at low voltage the speed is not a very big requirement, you will still want to go with that one. Okay.
So what is the I mean, what is the current kind of a sense amplifier in use? I mean, in our industry right now, as in.
So you will use this so this one gate coupled sense amplifier, which had a stack of 3 NMOSes. That one is used commonly. Most common one is the conventional sense amplifier, the latch with the footer. That is the most common one.
Okay.
So you will see. So today we will spend some time on the projects. आप लोगों की इच्छा थी कि आपको projects जल्दी बताए जाएं, and we will share the project details today in the class itself. So you will see that there is a project on conventional sense amplifier. There's a project on alpha type sense amplifier also. So we will look into those projects today. Okay. So basically, I waited till today because we wanted ki you guys are at least aware about the topics of the project before selecting them. So we've almost covered all the periphery circuits. So now it is a good time to talk about the projects today. Okay. Yeah. Anything else that we discussed last time?
So we also talked about the right driver circuits. One circuit we talked.
Yeah, we also talked about the right driver circuit. And then if some of you attended the office hours yesterday, Swapnil went very deep into the right driver circuit because he's also working on a different project. And we discussed the right driver circuit in much more detail in yesterday's office hours. So if anyone of you is interested, you can go check out there also. Okay. Then we started some other topic. What was that topic?
So we started looking at the decoder design, and we looked at the first slide of how do we actually manage the address bus management, and we looked at the concept of page and a bank. So we had to discuss this today.
We have to discuss this today. No. If there is any question, only then we discuss this. Otherwise, I've already covered this last time.
I mean, like you said that we can maybe spend some time on these questions today. Maybe that is what I remember.
Yeah. So if there are any questions, if any of the questions is not clear, only then we spend time. Otherwise, I assume everything is clear. We discussed something in yesterday's class also, in office hours also. So you can, if no questions, then we move ahead. Any questions?
Office hours, sir, you told Sahil that sir, that when you do bit scrambling, you do not have much of crosstalk, and if you put the word,
you do not want, you do not have, you do not want crosstalk.
Yes, sir. In that, sir, we are able to avoid bit scrambling. That is more when we put all the bits of one word together in one page.
Yeah, crosstalk is much more if you do not have interleaved bits.
Yes,
and you still want to implement mux. When you have bits of words, different words interleaved amongst each other, then the amount of crosstalk will reduce. Please ask.
Sir, there can be many schemes of bit scrambling, right, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, can you just like tell थोड़ा बता देंगे थोड़ा मतलब अलग-अलग की थोड़ा.
Okay, so it is more about the purpose. So that is what these questions are. So if you pondered upon these questions at home after the class, then you would also yourself tell me which kind of schemes would these result in. So you tell me. That is the intent. So the scheme that we have already seen is, let us say there are 2 bits and 4 words. And we want to implement mux 4. So the 2 schemes that we have looked at is word 0, bit 0, word 1, bit 0, word 2, bit 0, word 3, bit 0, and then word 0, bit 1, word 1, bit 1, word 2, bit 1, word 3, bit 1. This is one scheme, which we call as bit interleaving, that bit 0 of different words are all together, and there are 3 more words between bit 0 of word 0 and bit 1 of word 0. This is bit interleaving. The other scheme that Sahil had brought in yesterday was W0 bit 0, W1 bit 1. No, W0 bit 1, sorry. Then W1 bit 0, W1 bit 1, W2 bit 0, W2 bit 1, W3 bit 0 bit 1. है ना? So this was the other scheme that Sahil had brought in, जहाँ पे bits are not interleaved. There are just 4 words in a row, but the bits are not interleaved. So we said that when I want to make a mux for bit 0 and bit 1 down there, so there will be lots of wire congestion that will happen, because that is how the mux would look like. That is the other scrambling that we have already seen. What else? What more could you do? इसी में से एग्जांपल्स लो, क्या होगा अगर कुछ करेंगे तो? Let us take this example. What happens if MSBs are used for column decoding? What do you think will happen? Hello?
क्रॉस कॉलम फिर स्टोर होने लग जाएंगे क्या बिट्स?
क्या क्या?
जैसे बिट्स जो स्टोर होने लगेंगे तो वो अक्रॉस कॉलम स्टोर होने लग जाएंगे अगर
ऑब्वियसली हर बिट अलग कॉलम में होती है स्टोर.
सॉरी अक्रॉस रोज नीचे की तरफ.
बिट क्यों है क्रॉस रो? क्योंकि आप वर्ड लाइन तो एक ही सिलेक्ट करोगे, तो एक वर्ड तो एक ही रो में आना पड़ेगा. You only select one word line, so one word line means that everything has to be in one row. Yes, what would happen? If let us say MSBs are used for column decoding, then what happens? LSBs are used for row decoding. Isn't it obvious? It means LSBs are used for row decoding. इतना हो जाएगा?
Yes,
Hello? So इसका मतलब जब खाली LSB चेंज हो रही है, MSB सेम है, तो you will have word 0, word 1, word 2, word 3, word 4, word 5, word 6, word 7. Are you able to see this? I had 8 words. Now again, bits will still remain same. Bit 0, bit 0, bit 0, bit 0. So अभी हम bit 0 का ही बना रहे हैं. Interleaved बना रहे हैं. But do you see what happens? Instead of word 1 and word 0 being together, now I have word 1, word 0 and word 4 together. Are you able to see this? When would you want this kind of a scrambling? Or would you want this kind of a scrambling at all? Hello? भाई कुछ तो बोलो.
So I mean, you wouldn't want this kind of a scrambling, because let's say like you want to do like you want to access suppose word 0 then word 1, and in that ways I mean you'll have to select another word line, then wait for it to, so I mean it would actually enhance the delays.
Anyways, after every cycle you deselect the word line. So when you have word 0 in one cycle, word 1 in the other cycle, you have to select some word line anyways, Swapnil. नहीं करना ही पड़ेगा ना. Everything has to be selected again when the clock comes. वर्ड लाइन सिलेक्टेड थोड़ा रहती है, वर्ड लाइन तो रीसेट हो जाती है ना, वर्ड लाइन गेट्स रीसेट. This we did in the first second lecture when we looked at the signal flow diagram, है ना? So word line will reset. So next cycle comes, new address comes, you have to anyway select the word line.
So one other thing I can think of is that, I mean, if you want to do two simultaneous read or write over here, suppose on word 0, word 1, I mean, I can't make out that whether it is an advantage or disadvantage, but मुझे ये दिख रहा है कि शायद एक टाइम पे हमारे को यहाँ पे सिर्फ एक बार या तो सेंसर एम्पलीफायर या राइट ड्राइवर आपका इनेबल होगा, अदरवाइज आपके वर्ड 0 वर्ड 1 बगल बगल में होते तो आपको मे बी दो बार आप दो अलग अलग आपको सेंसर एम्पलीफायर करने पड़ते हैं टॉगल. दो अलग अलग सेल्स होते हैं आपके वर्ड 0 वर्ड 1 के रो में, एक ही रो में.
So what you are saying is that if I would want to access multiple words in the same access with the same clock, so हमने अभी cover नहीं करा है, for example, but as we will go forward, we will talk about caches. We will talk about burst mode. What is burst mode? Burst mode means that, so you may have seen this in the computer architecture course. Burst mode means that I give one address and then subsequently 15 additional addresses. मतलब 16 words are picked up from the memory and put into the L1 cache.
Right.
So in this case, what happens is that you gave one address and then in the next 16 clocks, you do not give address again, you save power and you expect memory to give another 15 addresses, one after the other. So if you implement burst mode by using this kind of a scrambling, then you could actually put 4 sense amplifiers and latch word 1, 2, 3 also along with word 0 in the first cycle itself. And then all you need to do is just give the clock to the latches so that the right output goes out. Whereas this would not be possible in this kind of scrambling because words 0, 1, 2, 3 are in independent rows. So the entire memory access has to be done, has to be activated because a new word line selection has to happen. In this case, word line was already selected in the first cycle and you just put 4 latches to latch 4 outputs. Depending on which mux address was selected, the output would go out. Are you able to see this? So there is nothing wrong. अगर आपको burst mode नहीं करना है, then this is as good or bad as any other scrambling. But if you want to implement burst mode, you may prefer this one. DRAMs always have this kind of a scrambling because DRAMs always operate in burst mode. Flash always operates in burst mode. Okay. So most of the memories you will see will have this kind of scrambling, not this one. So they will use LSBs for column selection. MSBs will be used for row selection. Is that okay?
So is it like similar to saying that कि I mean you have आपको 2 subsequent word पढ़ने हैं, तो आप इस वाले जो राइट साइड वाला केस है इसमें आप दोनों subsequent word को साथ साथ पढ़ सकते हो, W0 W1.
तो देखो वर्ड सिलेक्ट तो होंगे ही ना स्वप्निल. Both the words will be simultaneously. तभी तो हम half select की बात कर रहे थे.
हाँ बिल्कुल सही, दोनों साथ में select होंगे.
Actually all the 4 words will be selected simultaneously.
Right.
From the word line side. Now, if you want to implement burst mode, you have to put a selection at the IO side also. So you will have to put 4 sense amplifiers, for example, and 4 latches. Then in one word line cycle, you will latch. Okay. You actually read 4 words in the IO.
Right.
You're just outputting one depending on the mux address.
Okay.
You remember in the last class, I also said that in a DRAM, all the bit lines will have a sense amplifier because it is required for refresh. So now you are able to relate that in DRAM मैं कह रहा हूँ burst mode भी by default implemented होता है because every column already has a sense amplifier. You select a word line and all the bits are read in that one cycle itself and that one word line selection itself. Now all that you need to do is नीचे से ही, you just implement the mux and output goes out. The actual word line will no longer be selected now for subsequent 128 reads because it may have 128 columns. Mux 128 could be implemented. DRAM is very high muxes are implemented.
I mean, if you have PC and PC plus 4, suppose you have a program counter and you have PC and PC plus 4, like you have the PC with you, you also will have the PC plus 4 with you. And depending on whether the bit is selected or not, you can have the PC plus 4 value also given at the same time.
So we will go into much more detail when we go to DRAMs, but yeah. I'm just saying that the scrambling has an impact on functionality that you can offer to the customer. Is that point clear? What happens if these MSBs or LSBs are used for page selection? MSB for page selection, how would that change things? Or what would that mean? And LSB for page selection, what would that mean? सी तो फिर गलत हो गया ना, मैं ही आपसे सवाल पूछ रहा हूँ, आपने तो सवाल सोचा ही नहीं. I expected that you guys would, at least before coming to the session today, you would at least review what we discussed in the last class. That is why I review. And I will stop reviewing in the beginning of the class. अगर आप लोग रिव्यू मेरे साथ ही करना चाहते हो, खुद लेक्चर को रिव्यू ही नहीं करना चाहते, after you go back, this is not good. See, the challenge is there is no textbook for memory design. Do you realize this? All that you have is these lectures. If you do not review these lectures, you will struggle. Please review them after the session itself. I request that please attend the class. It is very, very important. We are discussing topics which are relevant. These kind of questions are asked in the interviews. आप नहीं समझ रहे हो बात को. As soon as you say that we want to go for memory design kind of a profile or something like that, these kind of questions are asked. Okay. So yes, what happens if MSB is used for page selection? Answer is logical, but you have to think. Okay, we will have this question in the quiz then. We have a quiz on Saturday, so we'll have this question in the quiz. Okay, you will have to naturally think about it now. And I will tell the TAs not to give you the answer before the quiz. Okay?
So this LSBs for page selection, this we have already discussed, sir, I think.
Yeah, what if LSB is used for page selection then? What would happen? Just related with what we just now discussed for the DRAM. Burst mode के साथ ही relate कर लो. What is the problem when we use burst mode in an SRAM like this? What would we lose? I have a huge SRAM. There are multiple pages, but I implement burst mode by using sense amplifier on each column. What happens?
Sir?
What is the trade-off?
Sir, I mean, when we use LSB for selecting the pages, then only one out of many pages will be selected. And you just now you said that for every column we are using the sense amplifier for the burst mode, so that we are able to send the data only from that page.
That is when MSB is used for page selection. What about LSBs?
No, sir.
What if LSB is used?
Sir, LSB. If we use LSB, then we will. The thing what I said is for LSB.
No.
I mean, in the earlier classes also we have discussed the thing about.
So I just tried it out, and if we saw the scrambling जो भी हमने देखी थी, so what I have कि अगर मेरे पास LSB से मैं select कर रहा हूँ, तो मेरे पास first time में तो मेरे पास word 0 suppose या word 1 है, तो उसका तो bit 0 आ जाएगा. बट मैं अगर दूसरे वाले का दूसरे पेज से अगर मैं वर्ड 1 या वो दूसरे पेज का चाहिए होगा वर्ड 1, तो वो मेरे पास उसका बिट 1 या बिट 0 दूसरी बिट आएगी उसकी दूसरी वर्ड की. Basically, you will not be able to select the same bit of the same word from the two other pages.
मतलब तुम कह रहे हो कि वर्ड 0 का मैं अगर बिट 1 एक्सेप्ट कर रहा हूँ तो वर्ड यहाँ पे दूसरे पेज से वर्ड 1 का बिट 1 ही एक्सेस कर सकता हूँ? मैं कंफ्यूज हो गया, तुमने क्या कहा? If LSB is used for page selection, then word 0 will not even exist there. I will actually have word 0, 1, 2, word 3, then word 4, word 5, word 6, word 7, word 8, word 9, word 10, word 11, and so on. Now when I want burst mode, look at it like this. When I want burst mode, I would select word lines of all the pages and read the first word for all the pages. Now, in each page, I had only one sense amplifier per bit. Whereas in the earlier case that we discussed, we saw that per bit, I had to have 4 latches. So 4 sense amplifiers were required. Are you able to see this? So now I have saved area. Still 4 sense amplifiers will operate. So still that kind of power would go. However, what I have lost? I have lost the power of word line selection. Now 4 word lines will be selected instead of only 1. So this is a word line power versus sense amp area trade-off. Are you able to see this? Hello?
सर
Is this
अगर
clear?
मैं LSB से अगर पेज सिलेक्शन करता हूँ तो सर जैसे थोड़ा सा मैंने बना के कोशिश किया तो सर ऐसा लगता है कि सर जैसे हम वर्ड 1 का जो बिट 0 होगा उसके एडजेसेंट में वर्ड 1 का बिट 2 रखेंगे और फिर उसका
बिट का तो मतलब ही नहीं है ना। आप जब स्क्रैम्बलिंग कर रहे हो तो आप वर्ड्स को ही सिलेक्ट करते हो। बिट तो हमने मान लिया कि हम इंटरलीव करेंगे ही। वर्ड 0 के साथ कौन सा वर्ड होगा ये बताओ। हम मान रहे हैं कि वो बिट 0 ही होने वाला है, बिकॉज दैट वी डिस्कस्ड ऑलरेडी दैट इंटरलीविंग इज बेटर, इज इट नॉट? बिकॉज क्रॉस टॉक हो जाएगा नहीं तो। वर्ड 0 के साथ अब कौन सा वर्ड होगा? वर्ड 0 का बिट 0 और वर्ड 0 का बिट 4 तो साथ साथ आ ही नहीं सकते। वो तो हमने पहले ही कह दिया। अभी जब मैं दिखा रहा हूं तो मैं तो खाली एक ही बिट दिखा रहा हूं। आई एम ओनली शोइंग बिट 0 ऑफ ऑल द पेजेस। सिमिलरली यू हैव बिट 1 इन ऑल द पेजेस, बिट 2 इन ऑल द पेजेस। तो मैं खाली ये दिखा रहा हूं। हाँ जी। So if no questions, that means it is clear. Is it clear? और no question means सब कुछ ऊपर से निकल जा रहा है। If no comment also, then I'd use the convenient answer that everything is clear.
Sir, here page selection is not happening. Page
Here?
selection is not happening, right? I mean, we are selecting the entire all pages through word lines.
No, page selection will still happen, but now the page selection is happening at the output stage only. There is a page 1 which has 8-bit output, page 2 which has 8-bit output, page 3 which has 8-bit output, and page 4 which has 8-bit output. Now you're selecting only the output by LSB. First you change the LSB, you read word 0, you change the LSB, you read word 1, you change the LSB, read word 2, you change LSB, read word 3. And no new word line selection is required. Burst mode would still happen without any extra power consumption. Are you able to see this? Page 1 gave all the bits of word 0. Page 2 gave all the bits of word 1. Page 3 gave all the bits of word 2. Page 4 gave all the bits of word 3. Now when you want to read 4 words in the burst mode, you will first throw these out. In the second cycle, you throw these out. Third cycle, these. Fourth cycle, these. And you have all the 4 words available without selecting the memory in the remaining 3 cycles. So memory is more available. You could do, for DRAM, for example, you could do refresh in that duration for the memory there.
So, sir, MSB bits are used here to select word 0, word 1, word 2, word 3 in the pages, right?
Yes. MSB for paging means MSB for paging means I would have word 0 se leke word 127 here, and then word 128 here, se leke word 255, and so on. LSB for this means word 0, word 1, word 2, word 3 will go like this. यहाँ पे word 0, word 1, word 2, word 3, all the words will be together.
Sir?
Yes?
Sir, I'm not really able to differentiate the difference between having LSB for page selection, which we discussed just now, and having LSBs for column decoding. I mean, I was thinking that both the things are, I mean, same cheese to ho rahi hai in a way. I mean, like earlier we saw the burst mode, right? Over here only. DRAM close. Maybe हम ऐसी selection कर रहे थे. It was just that ki you had all the words ke bit 0 together and so on. So
yeah. So in that, what we were saying was that now since there are 4 columns, there is word 0 here, word 1 here, word 2 here, word 3 here.
Yes, sir.
To implement burst mode, I will need to have sense amplifier with each column. I will have 4 sense amplifiers per IO. Whereas in this case, because from this page I am only reading one word, word 0.
Yes.
I will put only one sense amplifier. Over here again I have only one sense amplifier. For bit 0, we're only talking about bit 0. So these 4 sense amplifiers all represent bit 0, is it not? Bit 0 of 4 different words.
Acha. Okay, yes.
So for bit 0, the IO that you made will have 4 sense amplifiers over here. Whereas in this, when you read bit 0, for word 0, there is only one sense amplifier. If you wanted to read word 4, the same sense amplifier will be used for word 4 now. You don't need to put 4 sense amplifier per bit.
So that single sense amplifier is reading all the 8 bits of word 0 per page.
No.
I mean, you got 8 bits of word 0, right?
Per bit there is one sense amplifier anyways. This is the minimum you need to have, na?
Right. So, I mean, how are we reducing the sense amp? वो नहीं समझ में आ रहा क्योंकि like आप 8 bit तो निकाल ही रहे हो ना output हर word का.
Yeah. Let me go to whiteboard and show you from the whiteboard. Just give me a moment. So हम अभी 2 बिट्स लेते हैं and mux4 का implementation मान लेते हैं. ठीक है? So let us look at this. Word 0, word 1, word 2, word 3, word 0, word 1, word 2, word 3. This is bit 0, this is bit 1. So now in this memory, if you want to implement mux burst mode, what you will need? You will need 4 sense amplifiers for bit 0, 4 sense amplifiers for bit 1. So you have only 2 bits, but you have 8 sense amplifiers. यहाँ तक clear है?
हाँ सर clear है.
Now we are talking about using LSB for page selection. इसका मतलब मेरा जो एक पेज है, अभी हम एक पेज, दिस इज 1 पेज ना, उस पेज में बिट 0 बिट 1 है, लेकिन अब यहाँ पे वर्ड 0 वर्ड 4 वर्ड 8 और वर्ड 12 है. वर्ड 0 वर्ड 4 वर्ड 8 वर्ड 12 है. इज दिस क्लियर?
सर ये कैसे किया, मतलब ये समझ नहीं आया.
आई एम सॉरी
सर ये समझ नहीं आया, मतलब वर्ड 0 वर्ड 4 तो मतलब यहाँ पे
see
Word
if
zero.
if LSB is used for page selection, what will be which bit will be used for column selection then?
MSB.
The bits which are of higher significance than that. So that is what is happening. What is there? LSBs of all are 0 0. That is why they are on the same page, na? What has changed? The MSB was 0. This was 1. This was 1 0. This was 1 1. MSBs ही तो आपको फिर कॉलम सिलेक्शन के लिए यूज करनी पड़ेंगी ना.
Yes.
So your one bit has word 0, word 4, word 8, word 12. Now you wanted to read word 0 and you wanted to read word 1 and you wanted to read word 2 and you wanted to read word 3. All 4 words you wanted to read. In this IO, you can only read word 0.
Yes sir.
So there is only one sense amplifier that is required. This IO also there is only one sense amplifier that is required. Now you go to the other page.
अच्छा, okay. Yes sir, समझ गया.
On there we have word 1, word 5, word 9 and word 13.
Right.
Now the second sense amplifier is on the other page.
हाँ जी, okay. Yes. So per page
So-
you have saved 3 sense amps.
Yes.
6 sense amps. Yes.
Saved area.
Yes. Per page. Yes.
Yes, saved area. But you're given power. In the first case, I wanted to read 4 words. I would only select one page and I will get all the 4 words. Over here, I have to give word line on this page also and the other page also and 2 more pages. Because I want word 0, word 1, word 2 and word 3. So word line power has increased to 4 times. IO power still remains same. Because IO में पहले भी 4 सेंस एम्पलीफायर सेलेक्ट होने थे, अभी भी 4 होने हैं, because उतनी बिट्स आपको रीड करनी है. But you saved a lot of area. Because sense amplifiers are big. You will design those sense amplifiers, you will see they are big. Okay? Is this clear now?
Yes sir, thank you.
So now this question will not come in the quiz. It can. But yeah, it's not guaranteed now. Okay? So now for, this is just about what is the function of decoders. Basically, you want to select one output. You can use NAND logic and you can use NOR logic. What does NAND logic mean? NAND logic means that when you want to select, say, word line 511, then all the address bits have to be 1. So you have to make a 9 input NAND gate somehow. Or in a NOR one, you see that, okay, for row 511, all the bits have to be 1 and uska aapko NOR lena hai. Okay? So what this means is that the way your programmation, what will you tap in different row decoders would change whether when you have a NOR or a NAND. When you had a NAND gate in the row deck 511, you were tapping A7, A6, the addresses. Whereas In a NOR kind of a decoder, you are tapping address complements. What do we mean by tapping? We'll just see. Okay, but basically it is row decoding is simply making a decoder made out of NANDs or NORs. Additionally, look at it like this. I have, oh, यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा text mix up हो गया. So this is static CMOS. This is pseudo NMOS implementation. The NMOS word would go here. Okay. So what happens? I have so I want to make a driver. A0 and A1 would come, and I would have the word line selected directly. Over here, we had static CMOS logic implemented. If we go to a pseudo NMOS logic kind of an implementation, I may save a little bit of area in the pre-decoding stages, and I may be able to drive larger loads because I have a larger final driver. This is simple decoding. जो हमने यहाँ पे देखा था, इसी गेट का implementation है. Two styles, static CMOS, pseudo NMOS. Similarly, you can have implementation of the final stage through dynamic logic. So you can have mix of static, dynamic, static, and so on. Nothing else. Is this clear? Any questions? Okay. So over there we looked at just 4 rows. Now let us say we have 16 rows. Now for 16 rows, you cannot really put all the addresses like this and have 4 input NAND gates. 4 input NAND gates or NOR gates will be slow. So what you do is you say, okay, let me do some pre-decoding. Instead of having 4 input gates, I will use only 2 input gates, and I will create intermediate signals which would be like A0, like this is like both are 0, 0. This is 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you do some pre-decoding. You call this as, let us say, bus A. You call A2 and A3 bus as bus B, and then A and B inputs go to select the final word line. Okay, so this is the way typically you will see row decoding implemented in SRAMs, because you have, जैसे हमने पहले पेज पे ही देखा, 9 address bits, 512 rows, or 256 rows, or 128 rows. So you really cannot have 7 input or 8 input or 9 input NAND gates in the stage. So you have to do pre-decoding and you do post-decoding. So this part will come in the control region. And this part is in the exec region. If you remember, जो हमने सबसे पहले signal flow देखा था memory के अंदर, we saw that in the control region there were clock generators and pre-decoders. And then in the row decoder region, there were only post decoders. So this is what it meant, that pre-decoding is in the control region and post-decoding happens in the row decoder region. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Yeah. So now pre-decoding is not a simple decision in itself. For example, you could use, I have a 9-bit address bus. You could say I will use 3 to 8 pre-decoders. So all the 9 buses, all the 9 address bits will go into 3 to 8 pre-decoders, and I will have 24 outputs from there. Or I could say, no, for these 9 bits, I will use 1 3 to 8 decoder and 3 2 to 4 decoders. What happens now? I have 8 outputs from here and 12 outputs from here. I have 20 pre-decode lines going out. I moved a little fast here, but this is simple logic. Was this clear?
So can you, I mean, like you just broke the like pre-decoding. Suppose like you had a 4:16 decoder जो आपको implement करा था, उसको आपने छोटे-छोटे decoder से बना दिया.
यहाँ पे नहीं, यहाँ पे ध्यान दो. यहाँ पे there is initially a 2 to 4 pre-decoder, and there is another 2 to 4 pre-decoder.
हाँ.
This is not a 4 to 16 pre-decoder. These are 2 to 4 pre-decoders. Had I used a 4 to 16 pre-decoder, I should have had 16 lines over here, is it not?
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is pre-decoding is simple, but not as simple. There are design decisions to be taken when you do pre-decoding. For example, if there were 9 bits and I use this kind of a pre-decoding, I would have 24 lines running up. If I use the second kind of pre-decoding, I have 20 lines running up. So if the width of the row decoder is being governed by the number of lines that are running up, it means I'm losing area in this one. Are you able to see this? Because more lines means more DRCs to be left.
यस सर. और सर इससे फिर मतलब कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी भी बढ़ती जाएगी जैसे जैसे हमारे नंबर ऑफ लाइंस इंक्रीज होते जाएंगे.
Yes. ठीक है.
अच्छा.
But
Yes, sir.
what is the benefit of using this over this?
Smaller post decoder. Sir, post decoders would be smaller.
Post decoder is smaller, yes. एक और benefit है. See, यहाँ पे आपके थ्री प्री डिकोडर्स हैं. सो चाहे 24 लाइंस हैं, इन 24 में से खाली 3 टॉगल करेंगी. Over here you have 4 pre-decoders. So even though lines are 20, 4 will toggle now. These are global lines, so it is slightly more power. Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
एक और इसी पावर के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में एक और चीज है. Let us say I have 3 to 8 pre-decoder or 2 to 4 pre-decoder. What happens? Every adjacent row will use one of these lines. Suppose I have 8 rows and a 2 to 4 pre-decoder. Each of the output lines will be tabbed twice. Are you able to see this?
You have 2:4 decoder, right?
No, this is 1 to 4. This is 2 to 4 decoder and only 4 rows.
So how is
8 rows, only 8 rows. 2 address bits, 4 outputs, 4 lines.
Acha, you're tapping at 2 output, 2.
So this would be word line 0, word line 1, word line 2, word line 3, word line 4, word line 5, word line 6, word line 7. Am I right? So now let us say instead of 2 to 4 pre-decoder, I used, चलो ये sorry ये तो रहना था, word 1, word 2, word 3, word 4, word 5, word 6, word 7. Instead of 2 to 4, let us say I use 1 to 2 decoders. Again 4 lines only, 2 bits, 4 outputs. But tapping goes like नहीं सॉरी, टैपिंग यहाँ पे अलग हो जाएगी. LSB वाले की सेम रहेगी, MSB वाले की अलग हो जाएगी. Are you able to see this? So when I went to 1 to 2 decoders, my each line is now tabbed 4 times. So the load of each line is higher. So not only in the small decoders, when you use small decoders, more number of lines would toggle, therefore more power would be consumed, जो हमने यहाँ पे देखा था अभी. It is also that each line that is toggling is seeing higher load, and therefore also there will be more power consumption. Are you able to see this?
हेलो सर.
Yes, Divisha.
सर ये टैपिंग वाला एक बार दोबारा एक्सप्लेन
हाँ सर.
अभी देखते हैं. So इसको हम अगली से अगली से अगली से अगली से अगली से अगली, हाँ इधर देख सकते हैं, बट ये थोड़ा सा ज्यादा दूर है, तो पहले देख लेते हैं, वहां पे हम जल्दी निकल जाएंगे. लेट मी डू इट ऑन द व्हाइट बोर्ड. ओके, सॉरी. Are you able to see my whiteboard now?
हाँ सर.
So let
Yes,
us
sir.
say I have word 0, word 1, word 2, word 3. 4 words to be selected abhi. And I have 2 address bits. 4 words हैं तो 2 address bits आएंगी. I decided to put a 2 to 4 pre-decoder. And in the other case, I decided to put 1 to 2 pre-decoders. Is this okay? यहाँ तक is this okay?
Yes, sir. यहाँ
So
तक ठीक है.
over here there were 4 lines as outputs, and over here also there were 4 lines as outputs. यहाँ तक ठीक है? So area में कोई फर्क नहीं है. Is this
Yes,
fine?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fine.
Now to select one of the rows over here, what would you do? You would say, okay, this is how my 4 rows are selected.
Right.
Is this clean?
Yes, sir.
Now you want to select 0, 0 over here. What would you do? You would tap this and you would tap this. You want to select 0, 1 over here. You would tap this and you would tap this. You want to select 1, 0 over here. 0, 1. 1, 1 over here. 1.
1 और इसका 1. Yes.
ठीक है? So this decoding is fine now.
Yes, sir.
Now look at this output line. So the number of lines were same. Look at this line. How many tappings does it have? How many row decoders will you want to take a signal out from here?
सर यहाँ पे मींस अब यहाँ पे 2 टैप्स हो गए हमारे सेम लाइन पे.
और यहाँ पे कितने थे?
यहाँ पे सिंगल टैप है.
So every tapping means every tapping means extra gate load.
Yes, sir. Right.
So there is more load on there is more load when you use lower muxes.
Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So not only do you have more lines that are toggling,
also load increase.
They are also more loaded.
Yes, sir.
So when you use smaller pre-decode stages, you lose on power big time.
Yes, sir. It's clear now, sir. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So whiteboard allows me to use multiple colors, so it becomes easier that way also. So pre-decoding decisions are not just about area. They really impact area, power, performance, all 3 things. And then जैसे साहिल ने point out करा, when you have 3 3-to-8 decoders, your post-decoder stage is smaller. Yes, there are only 3 inputs in the NAND gate at the post-decode level. So that NAND gate would be faster. Whereas in this case, there are 4 inputs, so the NAND gate will be slower. You know? So all power, performance, speed, power, performance, area, all 3 are impacted by the pre-decoding decisions. Okay. Now we look at, whether do we do decoding in a static manner or we do it in a dynamic manner. So if you use static decoding, what essentially means is that clock mixes after the entire address decoding has happened. मतलब आप पूरा का पूरा address decoding कर लोगे, clock will mix at the final stage in the row decoder, like here. आपके ये जो A0 A1 है, that is final decoded addresses, and clock would mix here and select the output. But in dynamic decoding, you would have dynamic gates like this, where the clock can mix at the pre-decode stage or at the post-decode stage. And this would mean that your dynamic power and setup times would change. Dynamic decoding uses dynamic gates. This part is clear? Because these are dynamic gates, now A0 will not need to go to the PMOS side. This part is clear. So what happens? You can have much faster access. However, because in dynamic decoding involves clock already, setup time would increase. Just to decode, you need the clock. So setup time would increase. But overall access would be faster. Is that fine? Hello?
So in dynamic decoding, we can do both clock mixing with pre-decoding as well as the post-decoding.
Yes.
Either of the two.
Yeah. So for example, you could do static pre-decoding, dynamic post-decoding. You could do dynamic pre-decoding, static post-decoding. Or you could do fully static or fully dynamic decoding. So that is also something that a designer has to decide. As a designer, for decoding, you need to make a lot of decisions. How to use the address bits. What kind of pre-decoding to use. 2 to 4 or 3 to 8 or 1 to 2. Because each has a different PPA impact. What kind of mix for static and dynamic decoding to use. So, अब कहने को आपने खाली 9252 decoder बनाना है. Had you not done the memory design course, for you 92512 decoder is designed in only one way, is it not?
Yes, sir.
DVD mein you could only think of designing it in one way. But when you think like a memory designer, you realize there are so many decisions which can have a significant impact on memory performance, memory power, and area. Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So now we will go to the layout aspect of this.
Sure.
So, Hanji.
So why would you want to mix the clock with both the pre and the post decoding? दोनों में क्यों clock mix करेंगे? अगर करेंगे.
You may want to do that because, for example, you want really very high speed and least capacitances to. So clock आप handle कर लोगे. Clock की capacitance बढ़ गई, उसको भी आपने किसी तरह से split clock कर लिया, कुछ कर लिया, आप handle कर लोगे. But you want address setup and hold to be handled completely differently. So for example, as of now, your senior batch was working on a memory, which we kind of rented from ST, where we said, okay, so this is for MTech students, the final year of MTech students, they're working with me on a project where we took a memory from ST Microelectronics, and we saw that there was the dynamic pre-decoding there and dynamic post-decoding there. That dynamic pre-decoding, what that did was, that ensured that whatever row selection you want to do, whatever address bit you are wanting to decode, the setup time of all the address bits is same. And it is constant. It is 300 picoseconds, constant. Whereas, had it been static pre-decoding, then when the address 7 is to be toggled and you're talking about the last row and setup at the last row, you will see that the setup time could be larger. So depending on the size of your memory instance, हम memory compiler बनाते हैं, है ना? We discussed the compiler concept much earlier. So in a memory compiler, then what would happen is instance which has only 32 rows would have some setup time, and another instance which has 512 rows will have a different setup time, because RC loading of the address lines is different, the decoding lines is different. But if you mix the clock in the pre-decoding stage itself, you see that okay, अभी तो RC का picture ही नहीं आया. I am defining the setup time entirely in the control region. Control region is common for whatever instance you choose. So whichever instance you choose, setup time will not change. So if a customer wants to change a memory size a little later into the design stage, he will still not see any other timing impact in the setup time path, in the setup path. High level था?
I mean, थोड़ा ऊपर से गया, but थोड़ा समझ में भी आ गया. थोड़ा idea
Yeah,
लगा.
उतना काफी है. No one is going to ask you this stuff in your interviews. These
Okay.
are slightly intricate, but what I wanted to tell you was that these are important decisions. We did not study static gates and dynamic gates just for fun when we studied DVD course. They have a bearing on overall circuit performance later. So actually, पता है, in DVD course, a lot of part that we do, it is a build-up for MDT. Are you able to see this now? In typical scenarios, rarely do people have dynamic gate-based libraries. But we still study dynamic gates in DVD. Because if you do not study that, you will never be able to design memories in an efficient manner. And that is why whichever university you go to, DVD will always teach you dynamic, even if they're not teaching the memory course there. Okay. आगे बढ़े?
हाँ जी sir.
Okay. So another set of decisions that we need to take is how to size the word line write driver. So we've done logical effort in DVD, है ना? So पूरा लॉजिकल एफर्ट का जो स्टडी था वो इसीलिए करा गया ताकि आप यहाँ पे फाइनल रो डिकोडर साइजिंग कर सको. Logical effort you will not use anywhere else. All that stage ratio concepts and everything, all those things you will actually use in full custom logic design like in memories. Most of the other times what you will do synthesis. The tool will do the logical effort thing for you, but you will do it when you do it in a memory, inside a memory. Okay. So final driver sizing is very critical, and we discussed this in DVD also. See, typically you would want to keep the stage ratio of 2 to 4. है ना? In DVD we saw that the delays are minimum when you have a stage ratio of 2 to 4, something like that. In memories, because you really cannot keep this kind of a stage ratio for the final driver, the stage ratio for the final driver is usually kept at 5 to 10. The previous stage ratios are something like 3 to 6, and then subsequent further earlier stage ratios are in the range of 2 to 4. So whenever you have a very long wire load, due to saturation of performance gain because of large RC, there is no benefit in keeping a stage ratio of 2 to 4. You will only lose area and you will only lose leakage. You keep a very large stage ratio there. Okay. And when you have, what do you say, small capacitances to drive, for example, in the pre-decode stage itself, you would use smaller stage ratios. But the final pre-decoder driver, again, as we just saw, can see a lot of load on it. Again, the stage ratio would be bad because RC will saturate the delay. RC की वजह से आप डिले गेन ही नहीं कर सकते, तो डिवाइस का साइज बढ़ाने का फायदा ही नहीं है. Is this okay? Hello? Waiting.
So what is this buffering tapering ratio?
Hey, stage ratio.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Are all of you able to see that as the RC load would increase, that would start to dominate the overall delay of a driver? Is that point evident to you? If that is evident, then everything else is just deriving from there. Hello?
Yes, sir. So that part is evident that large RC component will dominate. Then we will use these 5 to 10 stage ratios, and for smaller ones we can use these 2 to 4.
Yeah.
It's clear, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Everyone? So the Visha ko clear hai. I can move ahead then. But I don't want to move ahead unless others also confirm. Is it clear? Sahil?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay. Gagandeep?
हम तो कुछ बोल नहीं सकते सर, वो डीवीडी किया ही नहीं सर।
नहीं, डीवीडी नहीं करा, बट लोड की वजह से डिले सैचुरेट हो जाता है, वो पॉइंट कभी देखा है? नहीं, पहले नहीं देखा।
सर जैसे ये बात तो पता है, लेकिन ये 2 to 4 और 5 to 10 वाला बात समझ नहीं आया।
Okay, so let us take a quick detour then. Oh yeah, Biswa, you are here. Biswa, can you help him and help the new students with this topic in the office hours?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I want to at least touch on the project's definition today. If I detour, then we will not be able to do that.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right.
So this is about, are you able to see that this is an AND gate? And what have I done over here? I said, okay, tap A0, A1, A0 bar, A1 bar, A2 bar, A3 bar, and you will be able to select word line 0. And this is clock signal. Precharge keh lo, chahe clock keh lo. Are you able to see this? This is only multiple NAND gates stacked one over another as they would be stacked in a actual row decoder. This is just to show some physical placement aspect of it. But है ये वो NAND gate सी जो थोड़ी देर पहले मैंने आपको vertically दिखाए थे. It is the same NAND gate, just the same devices are placed like this so that they appear in the pitch of one memory cell, in the height of one memory cell. Are you able to see this? Because then I will jump into the layout view.
Sir, I mean, this is the post decoder. Okay.
Post decoder, yes. Okay, so this is how this post decoder is then looking like. You have a clock here, you have a clock here, and depending on which word line was to be selected, I put a transistor there. Otherwise, I don't put a transistor there. Are you able to see this? This is exactly this slide translated into the layout view. These are all NMOSes. This one is a set of PMOSes. Is this clear? Hello?
So can you explain the significance of having two clocks running side by side? I mean, what was that for?
Oh, otherwise, so you needed a clock on the NMOS and you needed a clock on the PMOS. Dynamic gate है ना? Clock goes to the PMOS and clock goes to the NMOS.
Oh, okay, ठीक है.
है ना? So either you run it horizontally in every row decoder, that much of extra power, or you just run two vertical lines.
Yes, I got it.
Are you able to see this? Is this clear? This is just पहले वाले को यहाँ पे implement कर दिया मैंने, nothing else. ये clear है, फिर मैं इसके ऊपर सवाल पूछूंगा. What is the problem with this kind of a design? So this is a correct design, but what is the problem with this kind of a design?
Hello, sir. I mean, as we
So
discussed earlier, a lot of area is not filled with any transistors.
So what do we do?
I mean, we can move to advanced decoding. I mean, in column decoding, we have discussed.
Oh no, but see, that was why I said number of wires, number of vertical wires in the decoding outputs is equal to area. So we know area is getting wasted. More wires means more area lost. That thing is coming very evidently over here. है ना? That is what we at once saw. What other problem exists?
So when you would want to select different word lines, like word line 0 to word 9, each word line would be selected at a different delay at a different time. I mean,
that would anyways happen.
Tap आपका हर एक का different है और वो delays उसके according vary करेंगे. You won't be able to.
That will also anyways happen, na? So it will anyways happen. Something which is far away will see more RC also. Something which is closer will see lesser RC. So that is accepted. That is why you give two timings, TAA and TH.
Oh.
Now, because we know there can be very significant delay between when the closest word toggles and when the farthest word toggles. So TAA is the largest delay. TH is the fastest delay. That is why you give these two timings. ये भी known है. What else? See, there is this effect called N-well proximity effect, in which when devices are made close to the N-well boundary, they have a different VT than devices that are made farther away. Now, in this, what happens is, in this kind of a layout, what happens is, the devices, like for word line 0 to word line 3, will see a different kind of a delay than word line 4 to word line 7, than word line 8 to word line 11, and so on. So the race conditions will vary very, very differently based on how was your device placed. As a designer, you don't want that. See, जो आपकी RC है किसी भी line का, as a designer, you can model that. Is it not? You can model that and you can say there are two timings, TA and TH. Fine. But this kind of variation in delay, which is coming because of layout, is completely unwarranted. And you can do something about it. So what do? You say that all the devices will be there in one column. So each row has same distance. But what will I do? I will tap on metal 1. And so on. Are you able to see this? So now by tapping differently, I have reduced the effect of N-well proximity effects. Is that fine? Now you will say, why did we not do it over here? Oh, N-well proximity effect, by the very virtue of being proximity, the effect fades after some distance. That's why for the bus that is farther away, it doesn't matter. For the bus which is closer to the N-well, it matters. Okay? So you will see tapping of different kinds for different buses. Yes, Swapnil.
So, but aren't you, Increasing capacitances, I mean metal resistances and
At least
capacitances.
I'm making it deterministic, Swapnil.
Acha, right.
As a designer, you have to always ensure things are deterministic, even if it means more capacitance, a little more power. No problems with that, but at least it is deterministic. You're not held ransom to a effect which you cannot control.
Acha.
As a designer, you want complete control of your circuit. Okay.
And so tapping is just, you know, making contacts between the two metals. What
Yeah, that is just dropping a via. The red ones are via drops.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So this is how. So let us say that I'm now just showing the vias. So idhar ke vias jo hai, they are moving in this way, and this set of vias are moving in this pattern. Okay. So different buses will see different kind of patterns on the via front. And this is all done at the memory compiler software level. Okay. So that kind of brings us to an end of row decoders or row decoding. And I wanted to introduce that we have identified quite a few projects for you guys. There are, okay, there are SRAM cell design kind of projects. There are periphery design kind of projects. SRAM cells के अंदर, okay, so SRAM cell design, we have already published quite a bit, and it's a very, you know, hammered out topic. So it may happen that there may not be many publications that may come out of it, or you really need to do a lot of work to get a publication around it. But the periphery circuit design, though it may look simple, but there are not many publications around them. So students across the world do not really, because memory design courses do not really happen in every university. So there is not much content available for people to learn memories. And therefore, if you pick up periphery design kind of projects, there is a possibility of a publication that strongly exists in those kind of topics. Okay. So what we have done this time around is, so in DVD, when we did the course, there were no specific mentors defined for any project. However, to make it, I understand that online mode and memory design with no textbook is slightly more complex. So what we are doing now is we are defining mentors. So what we are doing is we are defining mentors for each project. Okay. For example, if I say that you design a level shifting row decoder, so just like earlier in DVD, we have specifications for the row decoder. Whether you have to make the layout or not, that is also there, because in some cases you don't need to make the layout. The topic in itself is big enough, the design side is big enough that you will not be able to make the layout in the given time frame. Is there a possibility to publish this kind of work? Yes. Then who is the mentor? And what is the team size? Okay. So for every project, for example, you will see there is a mentor, there is a team size defined, and there is also expectation of layout, no layout. So don't think that if there is no layout, then it is a good thing and you will rather choose those projects. No layout means that the design aspect is complex enough that I felt कि आप इतने time में कर नहीं पाओगे. Okay. So most of the projects have layout component involved, but a few projects do not have a layout component involved. Each project has a mentor associated with them. I'm also writing that whether a publication is possible around there or not, or things like, okay, there is a publication possible when done in conjunction with another kind of a project. Okay. So that is there with some projects. So I would say we will share the sheet with you, all of you. You can have a look at the projects. You can discuss amongst your team members. I understand आप लोगों ने अपनी project teams तो बना ही ली हैं अभी. You can do that. And then tomorrow evening, we will have special office hours where all the TAs will be present. And you can ask them about, so there will be 3 TA meetings. There will be a TA meeting by Biswa, there will be a TA meeting by Khalid, and a TA meeting by Bilal, only to handle project selection related questions. At the end of it, you will, you can tell them which project you want to do with them. If so, for example, if you attend one of Biswa's meeting and you say, okay, Biswa, I want to do this project with you, he will tell you whether that project is already taken or not. So the projects will then be handled in that meeting on a first come first serve basis. Is that okay?
सर ये थोड़ा अजीब सा लग रहा है। आई मीन वो वाला हम टीज नहीं कर सकते कि आप स्लॉट दे दो और उसमें हम लोग अपने प्रोजेक्ट्स भर लें एक
उसमें देखो स्वप्निल, इसमें प्रोजेक्ट्स की वैरायटी बहुत ज्यादा है। देयर आर मिडसेल लिंक प्रोजेक्ट्स, देयर आर पेरिफेरी लिंक प्रोजेक्ट्स, एंड जो भी आप अगर इन स्पेसिफिकेशंस को पढ़ोगे ना, तो स्पेसिफिकेशंस ही दे आर नॉट एज ऑब्वियस. I would rather want an office hours where you discuss these specifications with the teaching assistants there.
Yes sir, so that's why I was asking कि कल एक बार हम डिस्कस करके थोड़ा अपना माइंड मेकअप करें और सेम थोड़ा एक अगली मीटिंग में वो चीज कर लें, मे बी ऑन थर्सडे. कल का अगर आप टाइम दे दो फॉर ओनली फॉर सोचने का, कल मीटिंग के बाद.
तो पूरा तो दे दिया, कल मीटिंग के बाद भी और सोचने का. अच्छा ओके.
आई मीन आप स्पेसिफिकेशन कह रहे हो ना कल क्लियर करेंगे टीएस से, तो इसलिए मैंने बोला.
और कोई स्पेसिफिकेशन हो सकता है ऑलरेडी क्लियर हो आपको.
I mean,
so once you clarify in tomorrow's office hours, it is not necessary that you tell them in the office hours itself that you want to work with them. You can write an email to them later saying that I want to work on this project, that this team wants to work on this project. The earlier you do, the better it is.
But sir, one day more, sir. Like on Thursday, it will be fine.
So you want to tell on Thursday, you tell on Thursday. Someone is able to tell on Wednesday, he will tell on Wednesday. That's okay. What difference does it make? If I say Thursday, someone messages Khalid at midnight on Thursday, at 12:01 on Thursday. He says it's Thursday. Now record my project like this. Still the same thing, is it not? What changes? You take your time, you decide.
So फिर ये शीट अभी शेयर कर दो so that आज decide.
हाँ, I will just share. I will just share. Okay. Anything else? In fact, let me share that right now itself. अभी कर देते हैं.
Hello sir.
Yes.
So ये टीम मेंबर्स फिक्स्ड हैं हर प्रोजेक्ट के करस्पॉन्डिंग, लाइक अगर टीम मेंबर्स 3 हैं तो हम 3 वाला ही देख सकते हैं, और टीम मेंबर्स 4 हैं तो 4 वाला ही.
Yes.
Okay sir.
Okay, so you have your access already now. All of you must receive an email so that you get access. Is that okay? आप एक बार check कर लो. Have you received the email? So when I have said 4 people, if 3 people want to do that project, it is fine with me. But when I have said 3, then 4 people cannot take that project.
Okay, so means हम कर सकते हैं अगर 3 लोग हैं और 4 वाला लेना चाहें तो.
हाँ, but the expectation is that काम पूरा होगा.
Yes sir, yes sir.
You cannot say कि हम 3 थे इसलिए we will work less. जो प्रोजेक्ट की स्पेसिफिकेशन है that you still have to achieve. I have put 3, 4 or 2 people based on what my understanding of the workload in every project is.
Yes,
you should not come crying to me later that sir ये तो बहुत heavy project है. So you know there are 4 people expected, you are 3, so it will look heavy to you.
Yes sir, right. ठीक है sir. Yes sir.
Yeah. So I see all of you are able to access the sheet now.
Yes sir.
And I hope you don't have edit permissions.
सर एडिट परमिशन है सर, अभी दे दिए आपने वो.
मैंने तो खाली व्यू परमिशन दिया था यार.
सर आई मीन कुछ प्रोजेक्ट्स के आगे तो ग्रुप नंबर ऑलरेडी लिखे भी हुए हैं, पता नहीं ऐसा कैसे हो रखा है.
नहीं वो तो पहले का लिखा हुआ है. नहीं दिस इज ओनली व्यूअर पोजीशन.
Sir, at the bottom, like change the edit from the at the bottom.
कहाँ पे?
सर सबसे नीचे.
Anyone in this group with the link can edit. So this
change.
Okay. No, but that is a different thing. ओके ठीक है, अब बताओ, अब एडिट तो नहीं कर सकते? Is it fine now?
हाँ अब ठीक है.
So review these statements with your project members. As I already said, these have to be new teams, not the same teams as DVD. So I want you guys to interact amongst each other. And one more thing, if any one of you wants to be on campus because you are facing VNC issues or internet issues or something like that, and you're not able to work appropriately on the projects, you can place a request and I will approve it if you want to come on campus and study from there. So student onboarding at a very low level has started. My IP, IS and thesis students are already starting to come on campus. If you also think that you would prefer access to resources from the campus, you can start to request that. Okay, review it amongst yourself, team members, yeah, otherwise. Each individual will be facing different kind of constraints, but if someone of you wants to come and stay in the hostel and operate, you can do that. That possibility is starting to open up. But you will have to write to me. There is an approval required, then there will be quarantine required. There are modalities involved. So you can talk to BISWA or you can talk to, and understand the modalities, and then you can decide. If you want to come, you can come. You can decide to come after the mid-semester, in the mid-semester break, because there is a quarantine period required, or you can do that now, whichever way. I have no problems. If you want to come, I can approve arrival on campus. I was in campus yesterday. It is looking beautiful. 2 days, 5 days down the line, it will look still more beautiful with the flowers all over the place. So, and not that I'm enticing you into coming, but I'm just saying this possibility is open now. Okay. Anything else? So, Vatsal, you had a question?
Sir, officially like ऐसा कुछ है नहीं कि सबको आना ही है, like 15 मार्च.
No, nothing like that. Until there is a notification from the government of India or Delhi government that colleges can or colleges should start in physical mode, the classes will continue to be online. There's no requirement for you to come to campus physically till then. Okay. But I'm saying that if you're struggling with the online mode from home, that you are struggling the peer learning aspects, and if you want to come on campus and experience the campus physically, that mode can be enabled now. That has started. That is what I'm saying. It is not a requirement. No. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anything else? So thank you guys. We're already late. If you had a class, so Rayan is asking if everybody wants to come. I don't think everybody would want to come, Rayan. Yes, there was a question.
Sir, 5 मिनट बात करनी थी, नए बच्चों को भी है ना आपसे, अगर क्लास के बाद.
Okay. So I'm stopping the recording. The class